Hey everyone, back again, this time for a Mage healing guide for Phase 3, looking at talents, runes, and rotations for a specific style of play that I'm going to be showing off for this phase that I think is probably the best. Let's get started with talents. So you're going to be going 31-10, 10 points into fire in order to get Ignite, and then you're going to be going Balefire Bolt as the new rune that kind of changes how you play in Phase 3. The only change in the Arcane tree is we're also taking Magic Attunement now. I haven't really talked about it in past videos, but putting Amplify Magic on your tanks is definitely fine in all phases. We may see some boss fights in the future where it's going to do more harm than good, but as of right now, it seems like it's a good way forward. So with the talents out of the way, let's get on to the runes. For your head slot, you're going to want to go Temporal Anomaly. I found this skill pretty bad overall. It only affects your group. And the niche situations where I find it useful is when maybe you have some spell pushback coming in. Otherwise, don't use it. For the chest slot, we're actually going Burnout this phase. It's for 15% more crit, helps with the Ignite procs. We'll explain that a little bit more later. On your wrist, you're going to be going Balefire Bolt, the thing that kind of changes how you play in Phase 3. And on everything else, you're going to be going the classic, Arcane Blast, Missile Barrage, Spell Power, and Mass Regen for your only source of Temporal Beacon in this build. If your raid is lacking in healing, you could easily swap Spell Power out for Chronostatic for better single target, for better panic healing, etc. Chronostatic is fantastic for heals, but I just don't even worry about it because we run 3 healers. The other healers got it. My Mass Regen plus just doing a bunch more damage is all I'm trying to focus on. So with the new runes out of the way, let's move on to the rotation. I'm going to be explaining 2 separate playstyles. The first one is for very short boss fights. And that's exactly what this one is. Goal is to keep Mass Regen up on your tanks, Balefire Bolt 4 times, and then proc your Presence of Mind, Arcane Power, use it on an Arcane Blast or a Balefire Bolt, doesn't matter, and then finish off with as many Balefire stacks as you can get before the boss dies. Once you're up to 9 stacks, if you use Balefire Bolt again, you're going to instantly die. So don't do that. Swap back to your Phase 2 bread and butter kind of Arcane Blast, Arcane Missiles rotation. But yeah, this is kind of where Blizzard has led the Arcane Healer archetype in Phase 3, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. Relying on crits, relying on damage, it's kind of strange. The next style of play is just going to be using Balefire Bolt as a way to reset your Arcane Blast stacks. You can go Balefire Arcane, Balefire Arcane. You could Arcane Blast twice before using it to reset. It doesn't really matter. You can just slot it into your build / playstyle / rotation from Phase 2, but now just using Balefire as a reset in Phase 3 instead of doing nothing or just stacking Arcane Blast more. Overall, I tried to mix the two together. This was my first raid attempting it. The results came out really good. I got way more damage than I did in the first raid, and it just felt like the healing was totally fine as well. Mana was totally fine, and we're running only 1 Ret Paladin, so if your raid has 1 Ret Paladin or more, the mana that they give you back should be good enough for you to kind of push this more mana-intensive playstyle as much as possible. Mass Regen does cost a lot of mana, and only lasts 15 seconds compared to regens, but didn't seem to matter, so... Overall, Mage healing in Phase 3 seems more of the same. I'm really not happy with the runes that we got, and the new playstyle seems to be more of a Fire Mage than an Arcane Mage, so I'm not really sure what they were going for, but I'm not happy about it. I'll be running this throughout Phase 3. I don't think I'll try to change anything up, but I could easily see raids not bringing Arcane Mages, and instead just 2 healing with 2 full-time healers, and then just having that mage be a Frostfire Mage doing 4 times as much damage. So I'm not quite sure what this meta is going to shake out to be. I could maybe even see just 2 mage healers healing an entire raid and having everybody in your raid be doing damage in Sunken Temple. I don't know if that's like feasible or good or whatever, but like I could easily see that happening, especially since we're using Mass Regen, right? So each mage could be healing 2 groups at any given fight at any given time. So if anybody takes damage, they're going to be healed up to full. I could see that totally being possible. I could see mage healers in practice being broken, but like the reality of it is that like raids aren't going to have 2 mage healers ever because nobody plays it. I don't know. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, whatever. Leave some comments down below what you guys think. Am I being too down on mage healing in phase 3, even though I'm going to keep playing it? Who knows? Hopefully we'll get some cool stuff at 60 and phase 4 moving forward, etc. But for now, Balefire Bolts. Hope you guys get good crits. Hope you guys get good ignites. Steal them from the fire mages. And I will see you dudes in the next one.